Hi guys, so today in this tutorial I thought that it's going to be interesting to take a ASOS product cube, which actually I took a screenshot from ASOS website, and what we see here actually is a component. I mean, this is the base component, which is built from this background image here on this part. It has the heart icon, which adding to favorites or wish list or whatever it is, the product name and the price. This is the base one, and we have a few more versions to it, kind of like variants or properties to it. We have the price tag, which is here. We have a price which there is a, I mean, that is a sales tag, sorry, kind of like a sales tag, if we can call it like that. We have a sales price when it's on sale, so the price looks like that. And we have this ASOS curve, which, to be honest, I'm not sure exactly what it means, but it's kind of a component that we can switch, I guess, content to. So this is already there as well. So we have a few situations to this component, which actually we can do them with component properties, and to see how exactly to build that in auto layout. Another thing that I want to show, maybe let's see how the time goes. We can also do this component, which actually when I click on it, it does this animation, which is pretty cute. Maybe if we'll have time, we'll do that as well. I mean, depends how long the tutorial is going to go. So let's see how it goes and let's get to work. The only thing that I brought in here pre-made to this tutorial, I mean, I copied two images from ASOS website actually. And I did quickly this icon, the heart icon, which is pretty easy to do. And let's see if we're gonna make it an interactive component, and let's start building it. So we have the fav icon, the favorites icon, which is going to be, I'm gonna build an auto layout on it, and I'll explain why. Let's take it to the side here. Okay, I'm gonna make it an auto layout, but for that I'm gonna do, yeah, just thinking for a second, yeah, I'm gonna frame this selection, and then by Shift A or right click, add auto layout, because I want this icon the same size that it is, but I do want the padding around it, which I'm using the background of this frame for this circle. So that's why I'm not making this one an auto layout by itself. Okay, so this one is going to have a, let's say 10 by 10 for now. Let's see if it's good for me. I guess yes. And by the way, so this is going to be, let's say, the 5 icon. I mean 5, sorry, that's kind of like a shortcut for favorite. And now there's going to be another frame on it. Yeah, there's a lot of framing going on here. That's a frame, and this is going to be the image holder. Yeah, let's call it an image holder for now, and yes, something like that. And this is going to be an auto layout. Shift A, by the way, is going to make it an auto layout, and I'm going to make it aligned to the bottom right, so it's going to be like that. So now you see that the icon stays in the right bottom. Okay, plus I'm going to add it a field. Don't worry about the image, we're going to add it later. It doesn't matter right now that much. Okay, so we have that, and you know what, let's add the image. Actually, what we can do is I'm going to right click and copy properties, and I will select this auto layout, and by right click I'm going to do a paste properties, and there goes the image, which is now the background of this image holder. So as you see now, it's already responsive. Of course, it doesn't always fit the situation of the image itself, meaning if I make it small, so the image is always going to fill this frame and is going to be responsive to how we play with its size. But most likely on the screen, you're not going to make it like that. Probably that's not going to happen. Okay, so we have that. And now let's start arranging the things that are inside it, the things that we are going to add, which is that small, let's say, sales tag. And we're going to have this one, this part, and this one. So for the price, actually, I'm going to make, let's say that we have, let's make it more or less in the width that it's supposed to be. Yeah, it doesn't have to be super precise. Yeah, that's okay. Just visually to see how it goes. And here we're going to have, yeah, let's give it a lorem ipsum. That's fine with me, actually. We can here, quick actions. I'm going to write lorem ipsum. Yeah, because it's just a text. I mean, for now it's meaningless. I mean, what is actually the text there, because it's just the name of that sorry, product. Yeah, the name of the product. By the way, I do want it, sorry, I do want it bigger, 14. And you know what, let's give it again. And yeah, okay, so that's pretty okay to me. Let me see. Yeah, that's kind of the size. That's fine. That doesn't have to be super precise now. I mean, basically, we just need to build the component to our needs. And then, of course, they work with a bit of a different font. It doesn't really matter. Logically, you just need to understand how exactly to build it. And let's do the price. Let's do the price of, hey, let's say like 66.32, like they made here. It's not that, it needs to be that. What's going on here? Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. And by the way, oh, I got this one wrong as well. Okay, so that's the way it needs to be. And 14, yeah, let's leave it 14. I guess that's what I did anyway. And we'll do it on semi-bold or even bold. And let's even be, you know what, I'm gonna leave this one. Yeah, I'm gonna make it a bit kind of like in a gray color, something like that. And what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna build the two variants of this price. So this one is gonna be an auto layout. Auto layout, I'm gonna give it a padding of 2 and 2. By the way, if you're not familiar with auto layout, or you don't really understand, I mean, at all what I'm doing here, check the link that I'm gonna have in this description, the description of this video, and then you can go to a tutorial that really explains kind of like A to Z how to really manage or deal with auto layout. I guess it's gonna be very helpful. And what I'm gonna do now, so this is going to be, let's say, a price slash default. Sorry, that's a default. And I'm gonna duplicate it, and let's put it here. And here I'm gonna control D or command D on your Mac, and it duplicates another one. Now this one, let's make it the color, you know what, let's make it the color of this one. Yeah, something like that. This is good. And let's give it here an 86. Okay, an 86. They did it even there smaller. Yeah, we can do it something like that. And this is going to be aligned like that. And this one is going to be as text with a strike through. So it's gonna look like that. Okay, good. So we got that one. I guess that we can make them like this. Yes. Okay, so we have these two, and this is going to be actually called sale. And now I'm gonna select them both and create component set. So we have them as a component with variants that we can easily switch when we actually use this component. Okay, I'm gonna take, sorry, not that. I'm gonna take a duplication of this one by holding the Alt or Option in Mac, holding the Alt in PC or just but by the way, when you're working with variants, pointing it out, be careful of Control D or Command D, which actually did another variant. And notice the fact that when I drag it out to use it, this is a master component to itself, so the variants are not going to work. It doesn't have any variants right now because it's a master component, exactly like this one. Okay, so you need to not use this one, but you need to drag an instance. Okay, I'm using an instance. If you see, this is not a, look here, it's not a master component. I'm using an instance of them, and now I have the two variants. I have the sale variant and the default variant. Okay, so that's very important to point out. And now we are going to, one second, let's do the price tag, which is pretty simple. It doesn't have to be precise. Let's do just call it a price, or sorry, a sale tag, which is going to be like that. And let me just write as there, it doesn't matter, minus 19%. And I'm gonna give it a 12. Sorry, let's give it a regular and align it to the middle of this frame. And let's give it actually this color. I'm going to copy it and give it the same color. Good. And I'm going to throw it. I'm going to throw this one in here. Don't worry, we're going to fix this auto layout. Now it behaves weird, but we are going to fix it. Yes, okay. So now actually this auto layout, we want it like that. Okay, now it's horizontal, so it's placing actually the elements because it's aligned to the right side. If I align it to the left, so you will see something like that, and to the right it's going to be something like that, to the middle, top, and so on. Now it's giving this space here because this auto layout, I'm reminding you, has a padding of 10 vertical padding and of course horizontal padding as well. So I'm bringing it back to here, and sorry, not this one, I mean this one. I'm bringing back to here, and I'm making it from being horizontal auto layout, I'm bringing it to be a vertical auto layout. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a the behavior of it is going to be not packed but space between, meaning it's going to be an auto layout, sorry, an auto spacing between these two elements. What it does actually, it pushes the elements to the edges of the auto layout. Okay, if you have only two, and the more elements you add, it's going to distribute them evenly within the auto layout. So let's do it like that. And let's say that if I duplicate this one, you see it just duplicate a few of them. Okay, it just takes these elements and distributes them evenly with the height of this auto layout. So that's what the space between does. So of course now we don't need this ones. Yeah, we need just that. And now actually we are going to give it also padding from the top. I need only the top actually. Let's give it something like that. Good. And actually, okay, this one we're gonna treat different. I'm gonna make it, by the way, yeah, I'm gonna make this one here, but this one is gonna be aligned to the right because I'm adding another auto layout. There's a lot of auto layout going on here, yeah, but we're building it in a way that we can easily adjust it and make changes after. So this auto layout is going to be with the with the favorites icon. I don't know why I say 5, but it's like favicon. So it's not favicon, it's a favorites icon. And we're going to add this part to it as well. So let's do this one. Yeah, let's give it something which looks kind of similar to this. Let's give it like this height. and ASOS curve. I don't know what it means in their cells or whatever, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change what we're doing here. Yeah, so ASOS curve. Let me give it this size, align it to the middle here, even maybe this size. Yeah, this is going to be an auto layout as well. Yeah, I guess that's okay. And yeah, it's an auto layout, by the way. Let's call it a I don't know, ASOS strip. I don't really know what it is, so I'm just giving it a weird name. It doesn't really matter. ASOS strip, that's okay. And let's just throw it here. Okay, so now as we see, we are having three elements. We have the price tag, the sales tag, sorry, we have the favorites icon, and we have that. As I said, any element that I will throw inside here will just distribute them evenly across this, on the height of this auto layout. So now I'm going to take this one and this one and make them an auto layout together. Okay, so now we have an auto layout of these two together, which sits inside this auto layout, which is aligned with this sales tag. And let's give it the fav plus strip. Okay, and I'm gonna select this one, and I'm just gonna drag it and change their places. This is going to be, this auto layout is gonna be in a fill container. This one is going to be in a fill container, so we already have it with the width all the way. Now it's also responsive like that, as you see. And now we are gonna give this auto layout, actually align it to the right. So you see this icon is already getting to the right side and to the bottom of it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to give it a minus spacing, meaning what I want now, I'm just holding my keyboard down, and it's going to be like that. And now I'm going to change the auto layout here, one of its configurations. I'm going to click here and put not the last on top, but the first on top. Then we have this icon now in front of this strip. Okay, I'm just gonna see now. Yeah, I'm gonna take it more down. Sorry, like that. Perfect. Okay, that's good. So yeah, this is, by the way, how they have it here. It's actually the same. And the last thing which I'm doing it here is the color of this one. I'm gonna give like 70%. Yeah, I guess that's okay. Good. So we have this one already, as you see, responsive. It's functioning. Sorry, perfectly, and also like that. Good. Great. So we have the image holder. Or let's say the image area, more right to say, because in the image area we have a few things going on. And now I'm going to select all of them: the image area, the price, the prices that we have here, and the product name. And by the way, I am going to call this product name. Regardless of the text which is written here, I can name this layer and give it its own name. Okay, and now I'm going to select all of them and just make them a component, and we're going to call this one product cube. Okay, good. So this one, by the way, the product cube, I'm going to make it an auto layout as well. So we have a lot of auto layout things going on here. Well, that's what we came to do here, as I'm reminding you. Exactly. And so this one is also auto layout. By the way, you see that, of course, because it's a component, you see the icon is a component icon, but it's still a frame. Each component is a frame, and it does have an auto layout behavior, as you can see here. Okay, when it's not a component, we can easily see by the icon. This one it shows us that, that it has an auto layout behavior on it. It is a frame with an auto layout behavior, but when we have it on a component, we don't see it actually through the icon. So that could be a bit confusing, but then you can just look here. I mean, select a component, look here, and then you immediately see that it has an auto layout. Okay, so this one, we're gonna give it horizontal as a fill container. Actually, it's going to be also here a fill container. Okay, good. So we have it basically something like that, which is good. It's functioning perfectly, and yeah, it is very good. Now the text, by the way, also I'm going to give it a behavior of a fill container, which is great. Now, what you see, which is happening here, is you see that it doesn't actually behave perfectly. I'm going to give it a padding as well, and I'll explain exactly what's the difference also, a bit more about hug and fixed. So let's actually give it a fill. Oh, it is already, we just got to hit it on, and we're going to give it a, let's say, 10 and 10, and then we're going to have something like that. So now this one is actually, as you see, it's fully responsive and it behaves actually really nice. Now let me sharpen its behavior a bit. Okay, so this is going to be actually, if it's going to be in hug, so then we can actually, you know what, let's put it like that. And then let me just see the width of it. Yeah, this is more or less the width, something like that. Okay, good. So that's the width that we need actually, and we can always adjust it, of course, to our needs. And basically here, yeah, so now inside of it, inside this auto layout, this is going to be fixed, and that is going to be a hug. This is going to be a fill container, and then we can easily just do something like that, and there we go. So basically it's done. Great, it behaves perfectly. Usually you're just gonna play, I guess, with a bit. And by the way, when you see these jumps, yeah, this is what I wanted to explain. So you will see now that we kind of lost this padding that we have here, because now the height of it actually is fixed. Okay, now if you're playing with the width of it, so better you do it on hug. And when it's on hug contents, it means that the elements are going to be adjusted, or its height actually is going to be adjusted according to the elements which are growing on its height, which is the text in this case. Okay, so again, it depends what you want to do, but you can easily, after it's built correctly, you can easily change, play with the width and the height and adjust it very easy when it's built with an auto layout, as everything is responsive to it, and this is the big plus of it. Okay, so now after we got this component, and by the way, here the price, you see, we can easily switch because it has two variants, so we can easily switch here sale. Okay, so that's the price on sale and the default one. Okay, now we can also, of course, the price tag. So now when it's a component, I can select this price tag. Okay, and oh, the other thing which I wanted to do is, and you know what, I'll explain now and show it. Okay, the price tag, I can just select the layer of it and add a property to it. I mean, I did select selected the layer of it, and I'm adding a property. Okay, a property to it, show sales tag. Now it's true, create property. I will see how it works. I will show, sorry, how it works in a sec. And again, this one, the same thing. I'm gonna select this layer and I'm creating a new property. I don't want the same property as the show sales tag, because I want to be able to switch them on and off separately. I mean, if I will apply this boolean switch on and off property to this one as well, then when I switch this boolean off, it's gonna turn off this one and this one together, and I just don't want that. I'll create a new one. Show ASOS strip. Yeah, this is my weird name to it, but anyway, it doesn't matter how it's called now. Yeah, so we have these ones actually with the ability to switch them on and off. And if we just, sorry, if we just, yeah, let's take this one aside and duplicate this one. Okay, I just duplicated. I made a duplication of this component, and on its instance I can see whatever we did here. So notice that if I show ASOS strip, I can easily just switch it off and I can switch it on, which is great. That's easily, very easy to use it. Now here is a bit tricky, meaning if I'll switch this one off, you will see that this auto layout actually jumps to the middle of it, and if I switch it on, it comes back here. The reason is that these, in this image area, these two, this one and this auto layout, which holds them both, this area actually is defined as auto spacing between them, the space between. So if I switch off this one, so this one jumps into the middle. What we can easily do to adjust it is select this auto layout, okay, and give it a fill container. When I'm giving it a fill container, you will see now probably if I got it correctly. So now actually if I'll switch this one off, you see, now it stays where it needs to stay, because now it's just taking the whole space of that auto layout. And when I switch it, so if I double click on it, you see that this auto layout now, you see, it's taking all this area minus the padding that I gave here actually to this auto layout. I know it can be a bit confusing. Yes, I know there's a lot of padding and auto layout inside an auto layout and so on, but just to understand the logic of how it works. So there's one, and when I'll select the component and switch this one on again, so you see that it just switches on, and that's it. It works perfect. Okay, works great. Okay, so that is good. And as I said, we can select this one, easily switch it to this, and then we can have it kind of like on sale. And if we don't want the on sale, so we just have to default, and this one, sorry, this one we can just switch off, and that's it, it's not on sale. So you see, very easy when you work with a component and build all these situations, it's very easy to use it after in your designs. Okay, and of course that I can just see copy another one, and let's say take this one, and again I go with copy properties, I go to double click and select this one, and right click and paste properties, and boom, I have the same image. And of course, by the way, I can easily change this one. I can make also as a content, you see this one, so I can easily change its name. I'll give that a, let's say, product name. Okay, and now if you see, when I select this one, I can easily change this name. Actually, I can give it another name from here. So let's call it, let's say, product, sorry, ASOS product 1. Okay, and oh, I wrote in Hebrew. Okay, so that wasn't the intention. Yeah, ASOS product 1, and I'm gonna copy it and select here and give it a ASOS product 2. Okay, look how beautiful and easy it works. That is very nice. By the way, if we want, let me show you how it works. I mean, if this one actually, I'm gonna give it a fixed height, so you see that no matter what in these two instances of this component, so it does keep the 2 lines height no matter what. Okay, and by the way, you can also work, which is more right. I'll give you another good tip for it. If the text is actually longer than what you can see, you can put this text in a truncate text. I mean, this is how you define this paragraph. And if the name of the product is going to be actually, I'm just going to write gibberish, okay? But if it's going to be longer, so what it does, it's automatically, it just put these 3 dots. I mean, it truncates the text no matter its length. And of course, when you go to the product page itself, you will see the full name of that product. So that's the meaning of it. Okay, so let's say that if I go here and I just write, I'm just going to write gibberish. Yeah, I'm going to put it a long one, and it's not long enough, I see. So yeah, I'm just going to write nothing, and yeah, I wrote a very long one. So you see, it does put the name and truncate it to the end, which is pretty cool actually. So it behaves really, really nice. Okay, cool. So the last thing that we wanted to do is actually create that interactive component of this one. Okay, this is, yeah, it's not very complicated, so let's try and do that. Okay, so let's take this one. Sorry. Yeah, let me take just this one. Yeah, let me take this one and put it here. Okay, so we call it, let's say, default, and let's do this one. I'm gonna copy it and call it hover. Right now I'm just I am just actually no, I'm just thinking again. You know what? No, I do want this frame bigger. Yeah, that's why I was thinking for a minute. I do want the bigger frame, that I'm gonna have a place for the animation. So let's copy this one. Yeah, okay. And yeah, but if we're gonna animate it, actually I'm gonna cancel the behavior of the auto layout, because it's gonna make it really hard on us. Because on auto layout, you cannot just move these small hearts that we saw there, I don't know, and just do whatever they do, because it's an auto layout and it behaves different. So it's not really suitable for these kind of interactions. So let me cancel the auto layout on it. Let me call this one, as I did before, default. Let me do it really quickly. I'm going to duplicate it and call this one hover. So on hover, we're going to have it with a we're gonna have it full like that. And now actually, you know what, this one, yeah, in this one actually I'm gonna duplicate 2 more. Okay, so this is going to be, let's say, this is going to be fav2, this is going to be fav1, and this is going to be this. And what I'm going to do now, actually, let me give this one kind of a 50%, because I want to see the other ones as well. This is going to be like this size. Actually, we don't need the stroke on it, and this one again, we don't need the stroke, and it's going to be something like that. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we're gonna take this one, and we're gonna take this one and just put them here. Yeah, this one and this one, yes, they will be, yes, they will be here. I said yes, it's not yes, it's yes. Okay, and this one is gonna be in 100% again. Cool. Okay, so now actually I'm gonna duplicate another one, and on click, actually we're gonna see these no, sorry, this one actually now on click, as I saw there, it's gonna grow like that. Yes, and yeah, it's gonna be kind of like a few steps to get to it. And now it's gonna be sorry, I can copy this one again actually, and take this one again and get back to the original size of it. And on the last one, quite a film we did there. And on the last one, actually, these two are gonna go. Oh no, sorry, not you. I'm gonna talk about this one. Oh, yeah, I want to put it. 1 second. Yeah. Okay, by the way, we have to change their name. So this is on hover. That is going to be bigger. I'm just gonna call it bigger. And let's call it normal. And this one, yeah. And this one, we're gonna give it a fade away, because these two small hearts actually are gonna fade away now. We're gonna do them like that. Gonna be like this. This one is gonna be something like that. I guess, yeah, we can fine tune it later. And they're gonna be in a opacity 0, so they're gonna fade out. Actually, you know what? Smaller, and they can go a bit here. Yeah. Okay, I guess, yes. You know what? This one, yeah. Okay, now it's good. So I think, yeah, basically it should work now pretty okay. So we got them all designed, and now we're gonna make them a component set. So let's hook them up, by the way. So prototype, of course, this one is gonna be while hovering. Let's give it even a dissolve. Give it a, yeah, let's give it a 200. I think it's okay. So dissolve, and then on click is gonna go here. That is on click. Smart animate, let's give it a 300 milliseconds, I guess. Yes, I'm just thinking as I'm doing it, so that's why I'm kind of like, you know, talking slowly and kind of like thinking to myself as I go. Something like that. And here is gonna be an after delay with no delay, I guess. Let's see how it goes. And smart animate, I'm gonna have it a kind of like an elastic movement, ease out back. I think that's gonna be good. And ease out back, and then after delay it's gonna go to here. Ease out back, yeah, let's leave it on 3. No, we're gonna leave it on an ease out. I mean, set it to an ease out, and 300 milliseconds. I guess, yes, let's see how it behaves. We will decide as we go. So now I'm going to copy this one, and I'm going to back to our original component and just paste to replace. So now it is there. And what we're going to do now is actually, let's draw a frame and bring these two here and see how it plays out. Something like that. Good. Let's give it a play. And now see if it's working. This animated heart that we did. Okay, so hover works, clicking on it. Nice. Okay, so we need to fine tune it a bit, I see. And let me see exactly. Let's do that again. Let me reset it. And okay, so one thing I did understand. Why are they so far? Sorry. Yeah, we can just bring them closer. Okay, so yeah, here, as I saw, no, here, yeah, we have a delay, which of course doesn't need to be. So there's not gonna be a delay. the animation actually needs to be longer, which is gonna be half a second, I guess. And here, let me see what's going on. That's one. I'm just gonna see that these are the same and these are the same. Yeah, okay, now I think it's okay. And the only thing which I saw there, they kind of like, I don't know, they behaved a bit strange, but let me see it again. What's going on? Even it's too fast actually. And let me give this one. So yeah, this is how I fine-tune the animations. I'm going to go even 800 milliseconds. And actually these ones, let me just give them, yeah, they need to be, I think, bigger, honestly. Let me see. Yeah, I think I made them too small, so they're gonna be like that. And okay, so this one, and we have this one and this one. So this one is gonna go like here, like that, I guess. Yeah, and this one is gonna go like here. See, yeah, something like that, I guess. Okay, let's see how it works. Now, yeah, you can kind of like play with it and fine tune it. Yeah, now it looks really perfect. Nice. So that's like pretty similar to what they did in ASOS. Uh, very nice. Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, I made it bigger, by the way, okay? But yeah, I mean, they do it like randomly, each one to another direction, but it doesn't matter. I mean, we can do a few of them, but now, of course, we're gonna go with ours. Yeah, it's something like that, which is pretty cool. Ours works perfect, something like that. Nice. Even, you know what? I see that their animation is even slower, so I'm gonna go even to, let's say, if you want to have it like really slow, yeah, that's really slow. But let's see. Oh, sorry. But let's see now how it works. Yeah, that's pretty similar to theirs actually. Very nice. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's about it. I think we kind of nailed it. So as we said here, we can easily, sorry, we can easily kind of like switch on the sale. We can double click on that and select the sale price. We can have this strip on and off. We can easily change the name here. So there you go. I think that now we are perfect. Okay, nice guys. So thanks a lot for seeing this tutorial. I hope that was helpful. And by the way, that just, what, another thing, sorry, before we kind of like leave. So if I do this, let's say 1920, and you take these two and auto layout them and call that a product row, for example, you can place it like that, double click on it, and let's say duplicate another two, put that, align it to the middle, and then you can easily just change. As I said, you can change the image, you can change whatever appears on this product. Okay, double click on it, you can switch them both and bring this one to its default, and you can easily just change the image here, change the name, and work at it really easy. And if you want to make it bigger actually, so you can take another row like that, and you can put them together, auto layout, and you say, let's say, search results, and 1 second, let me make it a bit bigger, and then you can just double click on that, Control or Command D, and you hit another row, and then actually it's going to behave very easy. And this one actually, they can all be in a fill container. They can have an space between, I mean the alignment between these images, and notice that now look how beautiful it behaves. I mean, I can easily change the the spaces between them and have them even being one on another. I mean, if you, let's say, open a menu from here and you want this auto layout to go like that, and you can do while the menu is open, and when you hit it back, it switches back to this one. So you can kind of like, see where it's going. And with auto layout, you can easily achieve these kind of behaviors on the page. Okay. Okay, guys, so that's about it for now, actually, yes. And thanks a lot for being interested in this tutorial. I would be very happy for your like if you did like this tutorial, and of course, would be more happy if you subscribe to my channel, because really cool tutorials are coming up ahead. Thanks a lot, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye for now, guys.